This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Friday, the 21st day of November in the year 2025. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. As political parties continue to react to the recommendations of the European Union's Election Observer Mission report, a Partnership for National Unity, the APNU, has welcomed the report and its recommendations. President Irfan Ali has lashed out at the report and has questioned the influence of the local staff hired by the Election Observer Mission. But today, APNU members of Parliament, Shera Duncan and Ganesh Mahipal, said the EU report correctly captured the situation on the ground before and after the elections. For his part, MP Duncan said the weaknesses identified in the report were fully exploited by the government, giving it an unfair advantage at the polls.
The APNU reaffirms its demands for a clean and credible voters list, independent, data-driven verification processes, the use of modern digital identity and population tools. And we further support the EU's priority recommendations to update the voters list using reliable recent population data supported by digitization.
Mr. Duncan said the EU's documentation of the use of state resources by the governing party to its advantage is not a matter to be taken lightly, as it creates an unfair advantage for other competitors. He said Guyanese must fully condemn the PP Civic's actions, given the revelations in the EU's report.
APNU fully supports the EU priority recommendations to implement clear, enforceable rules to prevent such misuse of state resources. Any government that uses taxpayers' resources to gaslight its citizens is not governing. It is engaged in state-sponsored psychological manipulation for self-serving political purposes.
Meanwhile, MP Ganesh Mahipal said the report clearly shows that the government's conduct is harmful for free and fair and credible elections. He said the APNU will fully participate in the EU's roundtable discussions, where the report is being discussed to make the party's position clear on the way forward.
Also intend to do is to follow up on these recommendations by advancing amendments to existing legislations so that we can lead the way in terms of the reform that is necessary. We also are part of the Constitutional Reform Commission, which is to focus on reforming the Constitution and to have addition for the inclusion in the changes that we want to see for elections 2031 going forward.
In the meantime, the APNU said it believes the Guyana Elections Commission needs to start putting its own systems in place to ensure that its processes are clear and that it becomes free from outside influence. More news coming up in just a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. It can start with one step or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Your own home is so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Every year somebody wins, but this year?
This year is my turn.
I'm going big. 48,000? Easy, that's 6 coupons.
Smart and fast. My win is just a scan away. Oh, and I take in that fridge too.
This is the winning one.
This year, the win is mine.
Shop $8,000 or more at any 6 Massey stores, and you'll get a chance to win our grand prize, the brand new 2025 Hyundai Creta, plus amazing consolation prizes. Massey stores, our family serving your family.
Ready to position your brand at the heart of the region's most influential energy event? The Guyana Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo invites you to become a sponsor and connect directly with leaders shaping the future of energy and industry. Choose from 4 powerful tiers: Platinum, Diamond, Gold, and Silver. As a sponsor, your brand takes center stage, from live press conferences and magazine features to exclusive speaking opportunities and top-tier visibility across every major platform. Enjoy premium exhibition booths, media coverage, and access to hundreds of industry professionals and decision makers. Whether you want to lead discussions, host networking events, or elevate your brand presence, sponsorship puts your company at the forefront of opportunity and innovation.
President Irfan Ali has again put contractors in the country on notice that their failure to effectively and efficiently execute infrastructural projects such as roads and bridges on time will not be tolerated and could result in the temporary blacklisting of defaulting contractors. In an address to residents during an outreach in New Amsterdam, Berbice yesterday, the president said his administration intends to hold everyone accountable and will be keenly tracking projects to ensure compliance.
We are taking an approach to government in which we want people to be held accountable. We want performance indicators, not only to be there on paper, but to be there to measure the performance of those who are paid to provide public service. And if they cannot perform the service they're paid to do, then they will have to be removed from such service. There is no shortcut.
Citing an example, the president said the construction of bridges along the main access road in Region 6 has been delayed due to the slothfulness of the contractors and the engineers supervising the project. Clearly dissatisfied, the president said that he was astonished that liquidated damages have not yet been applied, although there is a clear lack of interest in completing the bridges. He has therefore instructed that no further projects be awarded to the defaulting contractors.
I've instructed the permanent secretary and the procurement head to take all the necessary action that would ensure these contractors are not awarded new projects until these bridges are completed. And that if it is, I've asked the finance secretary to examine if it is that the project engineers are delinquent in the management of this project from an administrative perspective, that is ensuring that all the administrative requirements are in place, allowing the government to take action. And if they're not in place, the Finance Secretary is aware of the powers that are vested in the system for action to be taken, and action will be taken.
The president said there should be no excuse, adding that if the government pays for services, those services must be efficiently executed and delivered on time. The Auditor General in the 2024 report on the public accounts of the country said capital projects alone in 2024 amounted to more than $646 billion. However, the outturn was affected by delays in project implementations. It was also explained that locally financed public investment programs driven by strong policy interventions continue to show robust performance when compared to the portfolio of projects and programs supported by multilateral and bilateral development partners. In that regard, President Ali said the government will be using technology to aid in the monitoring of projects.
There is no shortcut to this. That is why we want to build a future that is driven on a technological backbone, so that we can track issues, so that we can hold people accountable, so that we can improve efficiency, and so that we can enhance transparency.
The government's outreach to Berbice is part of the administration's mission to meet the people where they are, in the communities and in the villages. The president said the cabinet has been informed that every month the government will be operating out of an administrative region to conduct outreaches and to provide citizens with an integrated platform to resolve their issues confronting them. The former mayor of Georgetown, Pandit Ubraj Narine, has resigned from the People's National Congress reform. And while offering thanks to the party's membership for its support of him and guidance over the years, Narine has blasted current party leader Aubrey Norton over not calling a general council meeting or offering proper guidance to supporters since the party's humiliating performance at the September elections. Narine was a candidate for the PNCR-led A Partnership for National Unity at the elections. The APNU only won 12 seats in the 65-member National Assembly at the elections, even losing the position of main opposition party. In an appearance on the Norman Brown podcast on Thursday night, Narine said supporters of the PNCR are in search of leadership at this time, and he does not believe Norton is providing that right now.
The election it gone. The leadership never decided to call a general council or if not a general council, a meeting to inform people like myself and other members who still actually want to know the way forward of this party. People reach you at Starbrook Market. People reach you on the corner of the road. Gas station, you go through gas. People asking, what is the way forward? What y'all doing? Tell us something now. People want to hear something. They want to see something. You have a man who sit there, who lost this election from 31 seat to 12 seat, sat there and does not respond to the public, just individual sitting, no smile, nothing, not telling this public something where the PNCR is going.
The former mayor of Georgetown said it was a difficult decision to leave the party. He said he was a member of the PNC reform since 2012. He said he cannot continue to remain in an environment where there is a clear lack of communication and care for the wider membership of the party after the election defeat. He said he will continue to have respect for the PNC reform. The PNC reform has seen the hemorrhaging of its membership under the leadership of Aubrey Norton. Several leading members of the party walked away from Congress Place ahead of the last elections, and several others have since left. They have accused Norton of not knowing when to step back, resulting in the party's worst showing in national elections since its formation more than 6 decades ago. A total of 25 squatting areas in Region 6 will be regularized, and the government will also be issuing leases to persons who have been occupying co-op lands in the region. During an outreach in the Berbice area today, President Irfanali said a number of interventions will be made for the housing sector in the Region 6 area, specifically to ensure that persons get proper documentation for lands which they have been occupying for years.
In terms of informal settlements, we will be regularizing 25 such settlements, which will result in the regularization of almost 2,000 house lots. These areas include Nick, Belvedere, and Hampshire.
Additionally, the president announced that 70 families of number 43 Village Quarantine who have been living on private lands for decades will be receiving titles for those lands, as the government will soon be moving to purchase the lands for the occupants. He said the government will also cover the associated and acquisition costs of the land. Further, the president noted that there are a number of co-op societies in the region which have become defunct, with hundreds of acres of land which persons have been occupying without leases. He announced that the government will be taking steps to now vest the leases in the occupant's name.
But that comes not without challenge. The AG will tell you that almost on a weekly basis, there is a legal filing, there are controversies, there are challenges to land ownership. And one of the effect of those challenges is that it delay this block surveys and the registration of those block surveys.
A special team is to be set up to conduct occupational survey with the inclusion of communities themselves and grant leases from the master lease, which will bring the leases in line with lawful land occupation. The president also said housing needs have been expanding in the region, with an additional 3,100 new applications from the Region 6 area alone. He noted that the government will now be moving to acquire new lands in the region to meet the demand.
Therefore, the Central Housing and Planning Authority will be looking towards the acquisition of land in new areas. Springlands, number 77, Hawkstye, and looking at opportunities to further expand Mollison Creek area.
The Housing Ministry has also received a number of commercial business proposals in the region, which are actively being considered.
Your own home is so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks to Washi soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright. Have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, We're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
Hi, my name is Stephen Jacobs, Minister within the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport. Health and fitness is the heart of a strong nation. And when we have strong Guyanese citizens, it helps with discipline and also productivity, and also a long-lasting life for you. So, for that reason, I'm endorsing the Energy Conference run on the 15th of February 2026. See you there.
As the University of Guyana's graduation ceremonies continue this weekend, President Irfan Ali is urging graduates to continue upskilling themselves for the country's evolving economy, saying that Guyana demands their service. The president told the graduates that the country's human resource is its greatest asset to shape a new Guyana, one which is technically and environmentally responsible. He told the graduating class of 2025 that their graduation should be a time for reflection and also a time for focus on the future.
Your graduation is not without significance. Given the unfolding developments in the country, Guyana is in the midst of a historic transformation. Our economy is expanding, our infrastructure is growing, and our society is evolving in ways once thought impossible. Yet, the real engine of this transformation is not oil or investment, it is people, it is you.
The new Guyana, the president said, requires engineers, innovators, entrepreneurs, health professionals, and policy thinkers who will shape the future of the country and make it globally competitive. President Ali said the government's investment in free education was to ensure that persons are able to study without financial burden so that they can better contribute to the country upon completion of their respective programs.
That is why the introduction of free tertiary education at the University of Guyana marks a bold step in our national journey. Free university education is a nation-building investment. It ensures that no capable mind is left behind and that every Guyanese, regardless of background, can aspire to higher learning.
He also said free education must serve the broader goal of preparing graduates for a modern, industrial, knowledge-driven Guyana and raise the standard of excellence for both students and the university.
A world-class university is not measured by its enrollment figures, but by the impact of its graduates, by their capacity to drive national transformation. To achieve this, we must embrace a new mindset. Learning must never end. Education cannot stop at graduation. It must become a lifelong pursuit. The world you're entering is changing faster than ever before. Technology evolves daily. Industries reinvent themselves overnight. In such a world, the greatest skill is the ability to keep learning.
President Ali also told the graduates that the University of Guyana has given them a solid foundation, but what they do going forward and how they expand their skills and deepen their knowledge and contribute to the communities around them will determine how far the nation rises. Police investigators are tonight probing the death of 12-year-old Samish Singh of Golden Fleece Coker Dam, Essequibo Coast. The young boy was reported missing on Thursday afternoon. His body was found this morning on the Golden Fleece foreshore. In a statement, the Guyana Police Force said the discovery was made by a relative of the young boy who was conducting searches for him. The child was discovered lying face down in the sand at the foreshore. The relative who discovered the body contacted the police, The police said the body was found about 150 feet northeast of the Golden Fleece Coker, and the child was clad only in a cream-colored boxer underwear. The police said at this stage, no foul play is suspected, but investigators are awaiting a full post-mortem examination. In the courts now, Lusignano resident Ray Wati Camaraj, also known as Annie Camaraj, was today charged with the offense of using a computer system to disseminate false information about the Minister of Public Utilities and Aviation, Teodat Indar. Camaraj appeared at the Georgetown Magistrates Court this morning, where the charge was read to her. She pleaded not guilty and was granted bail in the sum of $150,000. As part of her bail arrangement, she will have to lodge her passport with the court and refrain from posting or commenting on social media, and report to the police on the last Friday of every month for the duration of the case. In a Facebook Live video 2 days ago, the 43-year-old woman made several statements, including one linking the government minister to the recent terrorist attack at a Regent Street gas station. The minister, in a Facebook post in response, rejected the claim and said he does not know the woman and had never met her. He appeared confused by her statement linking him to the crime and said he was taking her accusations seriously, resulting in his decision to file an official police complaint. Tonight, the police on the east coast of Demerara are investigating the discovery of a quantity of suspected marijuana. The discovery was made during an intelligence-led operation which was conducted at Victoria Road Plaisance on the East Coast. The police said during the operation, ranks conducted a search at the location and observed a black garbage bag on the eastern parapet of the access road next to a trench. Upon examination, the police said 30 multicolored Ziploc packets were found. 25 contained leaves, seeds and stems suspected to be marijuana, and 5 were empty. Inside the same garbage bag, the police said another black bag was discovered containing additional marijuana. The narcotics was confiscated and is now in police custody. Investigations are ongoing, but the police said no arrests were made.
Whether you're heading up the highway or just picking up the kids in Guyana, do it in power and style with the Isuzu MU-X. With the 7 full-size seats, turbo diesel power, and off-road control, Isuzu MU-X is built to handle any family lifestyle. Available at Marix, the authorized Isuzu dealer. Call 226-1306 for more details. Isuzu MU-X, robust, safe, and bold.
Our business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
Something new has been growing, and it's now ready for you to pick.
Fresh.
Taste the Fruta freshness. Pick the fresh new 200 ml size today. Live Frutiful.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyoil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
Make this Christmas happen for everyone this year with Republic Bank. Make this Christmas happen with Republic Bank this year.
across the region tonight, a planned $20 billion bailout for Argentina from the JP Morgan Chase Bank, the Bank of America, and Citigroup has been shelved as the bankers pivot instead to a smaller short-term loan package, the Wall Street Journal has reported. In October, the U.S. Treasury reached a $20 billion exchange rate stabilization agreement with Argentina to be paired with a bank-led debt facility for the same amount. The deal came just days ahead of a midterm election that was crucial for the president of Argentina. But bankers now say the debt facility is no longer under serious consideration. Instead, lenders are planning to loan Argentina around $5 billion through a short-term repurchase. Bank of America, Citi, and JP Morgan have so far declined to comment. The CEO of JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, told the Reuters news agency earlier this month that a potential loan from the banks to Argentina may not be necessary. The Constitutional Court of the Dominican Republic has issued a landmark ruling ending a ban that criminalized same-sex conduct within the country's police department and its armed forces. Human rights activists praised the ruling on Thursday, saying it was long overdue. The Human Rights Observatory for Vulnerable Groups said no one should be discriminated against, not only within the ranks of the police and the armed forces, but in general. However, one official said the ruling does not mean police officers or soldiers would be allowed to engage in romantic relationships at work. They must comply with labor regulations like all other members. While some welcomed the ruling made public on Wednesday, many in the socially conservative country decried it. A spokesperson for the Ministry of Defense in the Dominican Republic declined to comment on the ruling, while the National Police said it did not have immediate comment. Human Rights Watch said Thursday it was part of the case and had argued that the criminalization of same-sex conduct violates international standards. And finally tonight, international news. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he is ready to work with the U.S. on their vision for ending the war with Russia. Under the widely leaked plan, Kiev would cede significant areas of the Donetsk region of eastern Ukraine that it still controls, cut the size of its army, and pledge not to join NATO, proposals it had previously ruled out. The White House has pushed back on claims that Ukraine was not involved in the drafting of the plan, which emerged following meetings between the U.S. Special Envoy and his Russian counterpart. The BBC reports that provisions in the draft plan come across as heavily slanted towards Moscow, and it received a carefully diplomatic response from Ukraine. Ukraine has relied heavily on U.S. military support since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion in February of 2022. But U.S. President Donald Trump has shifted the U.S. position so that further aid is funded by its NATO allies and securing a peace deal has become a priority. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting and encouraging you to have a safe and enjoyable night.